I'm going to sit when the guest of honor comes, you let me know. We go rise. I'd like to announce the arrival of the guest of honor, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Paul Kabuzwe, MP, the company of the Minister of Information and Media, who is also Chief Government Spokesperson, Honorable Cornelius Mito. Shortly, we'll have the Zambia national anthem. May we have the national. Thank you. We may be seated. Thank you. The guest of honor, Honorable Paul C. Kabuswe, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Member of Parliament, Honorable Cornelius Mwetwa, Minister of Information and Media, Chief Government Spokesperson, Member of Parliament, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Copperbelt Province, Honorable Elisha Matambo, MP, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Energy, Honorable Peter C. Kapala, being represented by Director of Planning, Minister of Energy, Mr. Mwampe Chipala, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, Honorable Dr. Hampenga Kaweta. Dr. Hampenga Kaweta, all the senior government officials present, representatives of regional ministers here present, Ambassador Didier Sage Tekupelike, Paga, DRC Ambassador to Zambia, Ambassador Dr. Gabriel Francis, High Commissioner for the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to Zambia, Ambassador Sana Haliden, Ambassador of Finland to Zambia, Ambassador Lieutenant General Matthew Edward Mikibule, Tanzania High Commissioner to Zambia, Ambassador Nicholas Woolley, United Kingdom High Commissioner to Zambia, I think being a diplomat, I know that ambassadors from the UK refer to them as a commissioner. As a diplomat for the last 2 years, I was in Australia, so I'm sure I'm familiar. No, I just thought you should know. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. So High Commissioner Nicholas Woolley, United Kingdom High Commissioner to Zambia. Government representatives, heads of top sponsors for this event. Allow me to also recognize Amato Lekola, founder and group managing director, BT Industrial Group, South Africa. Mr. Anthony Malenga, country manager, Barry Lumwana, other fellow sponsors, speakers, attendees, colleagues from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to the 11th Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition, ZIMEC 2023, being held under the theme, Investing in Zambia, Mine to Market, Clean Energy, and the Sustainable Development of Future Minerals. I'm your Director of Ceremonies. My name is Herbert Mutavi. This is my second year running as Director of Ceremonies, which I'm sure is enough confirmation that the organizers are happy with what I did last year, no wonder they called me back. Thank you so much. I don't want to waste your time. It's not my show. I'm merely here to facilitate. Allow me at this point to read some welcoming remarks on behalf of the organizers, Emitrade, and I quote. On behalf of myself and the entire Emitrade team, I welcome you all to the 11th edition of the Zambia Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition. I'd like to welcome our special guests of honor, Honorable Paul Chanda Kabuswe, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Zambia, and Honorable Cornelius Moitwan, Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Energy, as well as other dignitaries that are gathered here today. Additionally, we extend a warm welcome as well to the industry experts, professionals, and delegates that will be participating in this strategic conference to deliberate on the different issues in the agenda for the 2 days event. We are particularly pleased and thankful for the strong support for this event, which we believe attests to the quality and depth of the issues discussed under the carefully selected themes of ZIMEC. Emitrade and its partners, the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, the Ministry of Energy, and Zambia Chamber of Mines have been committed to the hosting of this strategic conference because of the desire to see that the natural resources of the country are judiciously employed so as to contribute to the social and economic development of the country, Zambia. ZIMEC has become the largest annual gathering of mining and energy industry experts with the attendance of over 3,500 delegates from more than 40 countries at the ZIMEC in the past editions. It is a high-level networking conference that brings together key industry leaders and decision makers in Zambia and beyond. It is also an event where business opportunities in the mining and energy sectors are presented for business-to-business transactions, partnerships, and investment deals among the delegates. Moreover, the conference is an avenue for all participants to discuss and understand the implementation of government's policies, incentives, and explore investment opportunities in the respective sectors of the country. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this year's event is running under the theme, Investing in Zambia, mine to market, clean energy, and the sustainable development of future minerals. ZIMEC 2023 will feature a two-day conference and trade exhibition designed to provide a platform for all key stakeholders to play an important role in the harmonization and development of the mining and energy industries in Zambia and the Copperbelt region. Our utmost gratitude also goes to the sponsors of this year's edition, our platinum sponsors, BT Industry Group and Barrick Lumwana, our silver sponsors, Copperbelt Energy Corporation and China Pavilion, bronze sponsors, Lubambe, Tanzania Ports Authority, Minesense, Stanbic Bank, and Vivo Energy, as well as our associate sponsors, Dofet, Opani, Puma, Radai, Chico, Solar, Cobalt, Metals, and the Standard Chartered Bank. Moreover, the conference has the support of other partners such as the Kitwe and District Chamber of Commerce and Industry and others. We are also grateful to the various exhibitors at this conference. We appreciate your moral, technical, and financial support, without which the conference would not happen. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. We'd also like to use this opportunity to express our profound gratitude to the Ministry of Minerals Development, the Ministry of Energy, the Zambia Chamber of Mines, and Association of Zambia Mineral Exploration Companies that have been long-standing and strategic partners with Penetrate for the organization of the conference. As usual, an impressive lineup of speakers and panelists have been put together to address a range of timely and over the next 2 days. And hopefully, at the end of the conference, delegates and participants will fully understand the theme of the conference and take home knowledge and information that will be useful to their work and areas of interest. Once again, I welcome you all and wish you fruitful deliberations during this conference. I thank you. Those were not my words. Now I take my words. The guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this juncture to call upon Mr. Emmanuel Babiko, President, Kitwe, and the District Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to give us a welcome. Let's give him a big hand.
Right. You also allow me to write on the protocols already given to us by the FC. But also allow me to acknowledge the presence of new great men and women who are the captains of industry for being present. Equally, I want to recognize the presence of the organizers and the press. Our theme during this period of time together in this 2 days is investing in Zambia, mine to market, clean energy, and sustainable development of future minerals. And as I was looking at the theme, first and foremost, I thought I must acknowledge and again thank the sponsors, the organizers, for having visited our plea last year when we held this event for the first time. We did applaud and we did plead with them to do a repeat of this event in Kitwe. And thank you for having heard our plea and for bringing it back to Kitwe. And like our team is having to say, I want to borrow the word sustainable and again use it. And I'm hoping that you continue in a sustainable fashion to hold it in Kitwe. So that's where life is. This is where the energy is. Also, let me welcome all of you to the city of Kitwe on behalf of the business community in Kitwe and indeed on behalf of the rest of the community in Kitwe. Our theme has been so well crafted. As I looked at the theme, I thought it was a very well crafted theme. Crafted because it touches the mining blood vein, which keeps the heart and soul of mining alive. And let me just drill down why I think the theme touches the mining blood vein by quickly highlighting two areas which seem to come out clearly from the theme. But I'll highlight one area which has been quite silent in the theme and hasn't come out. I just want to highlight it in my brief speech. Two things that seem to come out of the theme, which we cannot ignore, is that we must mine to market with emphasis on clean energy. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, I'm sure you are aware that our world is under complete threat. And I'm sure you know much more than I do that we ought to remind each other time and again, because not to remind each other with the world under threat is suicidal. We invite each other and we must remind each other that the mining process, and as we deliver the product to the market, we must do it in a cleaner manner. Clean because we are living in a society where any bit of carelessness in mining, any bit of pollution in mining, the environment in which we live is every day very conscious and alive whatever is happening if we must attempt to pollute the environment. The community in which we live are so alive to any bit of pollution that they will arise if the environment is polluted. And if their muscle may be weak, we must also remind ourselves that the well will come to the aid of the community if the community and the environment in which the community lives is being polluted. Therefore, it makes sense that the theme must talk about the clean way of mining and delivering the product to the market. But we also must emphasize the fact that although we're talking about the clean way of mining and delivering the product to the market, we must also constantly remind ourselves that we must do it in a sustainable manner. We must have a sustainable mindset as we are doing the mining. I think I did say last year when we met, and I don't think it's boring for me to repeat the thing that I said last year, that I remember almost 2 years ago, 63 years ago tomorrow, when I was born in a little compound called Chamboli. And 63 years ago, we are being told that the mine had a lifespan of just about 20 years. And so we are being told anytime 20 years, this compound is going to close. When I speak to the CEO of Mopani and ask him, how long do you think your mine has to stay? What's the lifespan of your mine? When I ask him today, he tells me, well, I think the next 25 years. 3 years ago, it was 20 to 25 years. Today, the language has never changed. Okay, 25 years. I think the point which which is coming out there is that mining never dies. Just have to postpone it. But in doing that, we must do it in a sustainable manner, sustainable mindset. I think the theme hits the nail on the head. But there's a silent issue which the theme appears not to be pointing to, right in the theme, although it is addressed as we get into the sessions, it has been addressed. But I thought I must also just highlight this very important component, which has to do with the value chain addition happening here at source. And I thought and wished the theme would have emphasized that this of the information that we must do mining in a cleaner way, sustainable way, and add value at source. Because similar to what has happened in the world is that we have just been treated as raw material producers. When we come up with our cathodes, which are 99% and export that, one would think that maybe that is a complete product. But the one says, no, it's a raw material, which is exported. Even at 99.99%, it still remains a raw material. And one would wish to say, well, can we change the narrative and transport that 99.99% back into here so that value addition is done here? By the time that is being exported, we're no longer talking about 99.99%, we're talking about 100%. So I'd like to add this back to the theme that we must mine in a cleaner way, yes, sustainable way, yes, but we believe that must be emphasized the value addition source where mining is having to happen. And you know what? In Kitwell, we have some small incubators already. Incubators where electric vehicles and batteries are being made by the locals, although in a smaller way. In a smaller way because the locals are having to bring their meager and ample resources to try and see if they can come up with the battery, locally made, if they can come up with the vehicle which is locally made. But as a chamber, we are saying to ourselves, we wish these incubators could have much more investment so that the efforts that the locals are putting in can be much more pronounced. And so we appeal during our discourse together. We hope that as we discuss together, we will begin to look at matters of that nature, helping the locals in the incubation process to come up with products and supporting these locals, supporting them in such a way that big companies must not pull them into extinction. As they're coming up with their innovations, that the big boys in the market would not pull them into extinction. So we hope, therefore, that these incubators can be protected. And this is where we plead for the government to try and help the incubation process. This is where we also plead with the financing houses to come together with the government and create special purpose vehicles that will support the small players to become bigger players. So that the processes are having to happen here. By the time that we get to the market, the product is a complete and finished product. Let me not bore you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just end by saying we have the expertise. We have the labor which can turn the rock into the finished product. In fact, we don't just have that labor. We are actually exporting that labor outside of Zambia. But we also have, besides the labor, we have the minerals. Besides the minerals, let me also emphasize that in Kitwell we have the land. I was speaking to the yesterday and saying, we have land, please make it known to those that are attending the conference that we have land, plenty land. If you want to set up presence here, we have land. Let's get in touch and see how we can work together. And finally, all we need to do at this this present moment is trying to help each other in the sharing of capital for us to grow these incubators that we're talking about, and also share the knowledge so that all of us will be on the same page. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me invite us to discuss together and to marshal our minds together and see how we can together make this thing, which thing is investing in Zambia, mine and market clean energy and sustainable development of future minerals and ensure value add. Let's make this a reality as we discuss together. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I need to talk to you, sir, at some point. I want to find out if those blocks that are available, we also give it to individuals. I want a plot near Kano Stadium. There can support us around the beauty shop where we say grab each place. Guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to make a request to the organizers if they can allow me to be making my announcements from down there. Standing here with my height, I feel very tall. Allow me to call upon at this juncture the President of the Zambia Chamber of Mines, Dr. Godwin Queen. Just give him a big hand.
Yes, all right, sir. Honorable Minister, wish of time by protocol that has been announced. Yeah, as a ceremony, and do welcome all of you. Let's make decided that the boards who are again at the this year. But I do recognize everyone here, our high table here, our special invited guests, our foreign visitors, and captains of industry, and everybody else. As president of the Zambia Chamber of Mines, I feel always privileged while I'm on the chair to warmly welcome you all this year's under the theme that we're in a country that boasts of things. We boast of large things. We boast of the largest mining operations. That means for you, you are dealing with the largest partners in business, largest equipment, largest of everything. We metallurgists think of largest of processing plants, electricians, largest of motors. We are large in everything. Recently, we added another large. And finish also the largest emerald mine in the world, this time in the world. Stones are found. The largest place where we want to be that means you are very, very basic business that you like it. And to that point. But before I go to the board of myself, I just want to take this advantage. Say this. Zambia is open again.
prices again because that was a minute time. But again, we are open. Now, the mining sector is a magnet. Magnetic funds flow in the investor, the business person, whatever it is, Zambia mining industry is a magnet. It's a magnetic sector. It's magnetic in terms of power requirement. We are now talking about the need for power for mine production. Power ahead of. But the one thing that what we want for is to think and see what opportunities will be obtained in the power sector. It's magnetic skills. The industry will need something like 150,000 new skills, be able to run and produce the copper that our government needs. And so that in terms of power, there's 200 million tons now. We are going to 4 times the amount of power. That's 4 times the amount of power. Now, it's not infrastructure before mining. We cannot meet every year and talk in that we know infrastructure. So I hope that part of your discussion here, whatever they look like, whatever, will be considered how to make this country big mining, how about infrastructure? Roads, rails, and that can help you that move material to and from mining. Health, housing, and services. That keep us connected. Services that keep us connected. Services that will continue to tell you that Zambia is alive and a good place to go. So you are most welcome and I really wish you well. Having said so, I'm very encouraged to know that at this year, we are rising at the back of COVID. Okay, so we put aside COVID. We put aside all other excuses we may have asked for not doing business. We are rising because we are in the new environment. When a new business environment, where perhaps we may be much more motivated now. This is what I'm telling you. So first, this industry is the next years. We will tell you the story of how good policies bring out. Okay? And it be measured by those people who, like the president in the president is tell you that Zambia actually now is better. So we don't have to be the ones that tell us. Other people who see our country, who see our political space, who see our fiscal space, who see the Zambian space, they will say, Zambia is now. Your country, and we are talking about spend 5 billion has been committed to ground investment at table of mine, member states. I think it's good. That commitment we are looking for in the head. Our members, that's 5 billion. That happened, my dear friends, colleagues, because Zambia investment like this has moved up. And we want to go on with it. Chamber of Mines we are confident that we will. Negotiate the sovereign debt overhang. Come that we are the chamber won't down. What I mean, the ministry, but 8-4 from the 20. I'm happy as president of the chamber that our voice was that chamber will be concerned if the ministry not funded. What we do. Or be the way partners that is different if our ministry is not funded. From the C level and our ministry. So that is here for the right bound. That's all then so we look at that. This year, this is and my I like to keep up to consider when the federal green and EV electrical fight more risk. So all things considered, you are seeing that it's well resolved. Sooner or later, the whole world will be packed with hydrocarbon. So what is meant is meant for such a big like this. As I close, I would like to reiterate to embrace Zambian prosperity. You can say, oh, I was in Zambia. I was in this place. Oh, but let's get back. It's a good place, not just this. That's what we are doing. Any conferences like this make sense. Then we can go away with it. We'll take away from it. Because when you meet again, you say, last year, that's what we said we do. That's what we say we come to say, that's what we're doing. Conferences means enjoy Zambia's this my having there so tap into the mind of business people. They are here. All right? So that I go back and say, I'm this when I see what is it? Another thing that that's not first time, but look for things that are happening now. I will tell for how talking about not produce so much of that somebody educating young people, telling them whether it's just mining or in areas associated with that, including police, but that was very successful way of time. Today, they follow the that. This time, very
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Indeed, Zambia is open for business. Just on the 24th of October, as a country, we obtained 59. We're talking about 59 years of peace and stability. So when you invest in Zambia, your investments are safe. Like the president of Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde said not long ago, Zambia is now back in champions. Play with us in the champions. Okay, thank you. Allow me now to call upon Mr. Anthony Malenga, Country Manager, Barry Mwana, share with us a goodwill message as one of the top sponsors. Let's give you a big hand.
Minister of Information Security, the representative for the Minister of About Policy, Minister of Energy, represented here by the Director of Planning. The Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to Zambia, Ambassador Sana Ali, Ambassador to Trinidad and Zambia, Ambassador Lieutenant General Matthew Edward Mupire, Tanzania High Commissioner to Zambia, Ambassador Nicholas Willie, United Kingdom High Commissioner to Zambia, government representatives, heads of sponsors, Mr. Komoto, the caller, the founder and group managing director of BT Industries, Aoshi, the mayor of the Federal City of Victoria, senior government officials, may I simply say, I'm privileged to represent Barrick at this wonderful occasion, which marks the 11th Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference exhibition, ZIMEC. Barrick is extremely proud to be a platinum sponsor of this event. Honorable Minister, this conference is a major national event which brings together a wide spectrum of exhibitors, foreign and local dignitaries, as well as government and business stakeholders. This year's theme, Investing in Zambia, Mine to Market, Clean Energy, and Sustainable Development of Future Minerals, aligns with the Barrick DNA and strategy of partnering with our host governments and communities to earn our social license through sustainable community and environmental projects, with plans to further expand our copper business, as Barrick sees copper as a crucial strategic metal in the global energy transition. At Barrick, we continue to live our DNA in our operations across the world, whether it is our existing operation that has a proven track record of sustainable delivery, or the already incorporated in our global expansion project. Effective and equitable socio-economic development worldwide would not be possible without the transformative contribution of responsible mining. Barrick's sustainability strategy is geared to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and in line with our commitment to transparency, the report shows how our operations contributed to impact. It's also making progress towards complete compromise with the latest best practices, including the International Council of Mining and Minerals, performance expectations, the World Gold Council's responsible water mining principles, and the global industry standard. We continue to meet or exceed our environmental targets, including recycling and using water up to 2% from 80%, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions year-on-year. One is a participant in the United Nations Regular Protocol, which is designed to prevent forests from afforestation by creating livelihoods in the communities in which they live. Honorable Minister, as you know, BIC is one of the largest gold and copper mining companies globally. This is in 2022, BIC produced 4.1 million ounces of gold and 4.1 million tons of copper on an accumulated basis. Ghana produced 267 million pounds of copper in 2022, making it by far the largest asset in BIC. Since the BIC merger with Gold in 2019, the company has transformed the mine back to a profitable, long-term operation through its investment in fleet, people, exploration, and the substitution of resources. BIC is planning to invest $2 billion and expansion project designed to improve the mine's annual production to an expected 200,000 by expanding our process plant to 50 million tons, using our mining fleet to right-size the current expansion on the back of expected resource provision that will, in addition to production, also create a multi-generational mine that has a consistent life of mine, elevating the once unprofitable operation into the front rank of copper producers. The project's program is targeting completion of a full feasibility study by the end of 2024, bringing expected expanded process plant production. This expansion requires a partnership with government to create sustainable energy, clean energy, with a sustainable future. Since the merger between BIC and Vanguard in 2019, the mine has contributed almost $3 billion to the Zambian economy from taxes, royalties, salaries, and procurement of goods. At BIC, we have a policy to support our local suppliers, and in 2022, the mine has spent $402 million, or 3% of the total procurement with Zambian suppliers and contractors. Last year, BIC launched a business accelerator program aimed at building business capacity for Zambian contractors in the mine supply chain and to support them in effective development. We also partnered with the country's Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises to support the development of these businesses. In addition, we saw procurement policy. The company is also committed to local employment, and 99.3% of the mine spend workforce has been done. Looking at the mine spend performance, it is on track to deliver its production guidance for 2023 and was ramping up owner mining, both the reopening of the Malunde pits as well as delivery of the new owner mining stripping pit.
Thank you. Yes, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me now to call upon Mr. Amoto Lekola, founder, group managing director, BT Industrial Group South Africa, one of the two top sponsors. A big hand.
Your Excellencies, honorable ministers, representatives from various nations, all distinguished guests, my name is Amoto Lekola. I am the founder and group managing director of the BT Industrial Group. I come from the North South Africa. is not just a few excellencies. This is a call to action. A commitment and a journey we embark on together for a brighter and more sustainable future on our continent. To our host nation, Zambia, our shared vision resonates profoundly with your objectives, your ambition, and concrete action in harnessing the nation's abundant natural resources to fuel inclusive economic growth and prosperity is truly commendable. The alliance with your neighbors in meaningfully entering the EV industry and boosting manufacturing underscores the ambition and potential of this region. As an African, my dedication lies in the advancement and prosperity of the continent. The key to nations that are tailored to the challenges faced by our African societies. By focusing on creating homegrown solutions, we can build a self-sustaining Africa that thrives on Excellencies, our journey at BTSG provides a testament to this. We have executed over 100 projects spanning sectors of mining, energy, infrastructure, water infrastructure, agriculture, and many others across Africa. And the third, we have consistently demonstrated our unwavering commitment to innovation tailored for Africa. And this has earned us 2 presidential awards in South Africa. We specialize in the manufacturing of ATV pipes, design pipe systems for mineral processing and water treatment. We also design and manufacture innovative medical devices. We have a portfolio of 38 patents and trademarks, and we have implemented just under 1 million kilometers of pipelines across the continent. Our solutions offer tangible financial benefits while also promoting environmental and social welfare. This has placed us at the forefront of sustainable industrial growth. Our pipes and systems efficient expertise sourced right here on our continent. We also aim to make an impact in supporting education and promoting the inclusion of girl children in the development of our continent as we build a skill-based leader in the new world economy. To the leaders of Zambia, our hosts, your prudent leadership. Under your prudent leadership, your nation is on an upward trajectory. At BT Industrial, we are honored and eager to be part of this transformative journey. In closing, I'd like to invoke an age-old African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. With Zambia, Excellencies, we choose to go far.
Thank you very much. We now have goodwill messages from our representatives of our key international partners. I'd like to invite Ambassador Nicholas Woolley, United Kingdom High Commissioner to Zambia. Let's give him a big hand.
Anytime. Thank you. Minister of Mines and Mineral Development, Honourable Paul Kabuswe, our guest of honour. The Minister for Information and Media, Honourable Cornelius Mitwa, the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Development, other government and agency officials, other ambassadors and high commissioners, business leaders, community leaders, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Good morning. Wakashani. I'm delighted to be back here in Zambia's Copperbelt province. I was last here just 10 weeks ago, accompanying the most senior ministerial delegation from the United Kingdom to Zambia for almost 40 years. And while the British Foreign Secretary's visit was historic in many ways, its real focus was on the future, on the UK and Zambia's shared determination to take our partnership to new heights. Earlier this year, the UK published its first ever critical minerals strategy, setting out our plan to A, accelerate growth in the UK's domestic capabilities, B, boost international markets to make them more responsive, transparent, and responsible, and C, collaborate with international partners. The UK's critical minerals strategy outlines our ambitions to work with other countries, such as Zambia, to strengthen trading, diplomatic relationships, and efforts to make supply chains more diverse, transparent, responsible, and resilient. The Critical Minerals Memorandum of Understanding that the British Foreign Secretary signed in August with our guest of honour here today, Zambia's Honourable Minister for Mines and Mineral Development, is a partnership agreement which embodies this approach and also, crucially, supports Zambia's efforts to maximise benefits from its own resources. The agreement will, 1, advance resource mapping, working in partnership with the British and Zambian geological surveys and utilising geographic information systems to support identification of new mineral resources for exploration and assist with mineral promotion. 2, support to improve and uphold high sustainability practices and standards, including environmental, social and governance frameworks for the entire mining life cycle, from exploration, operation to closure. 3, unlock new investment from UK business across the life cycle of mining operations. 4, enhance value addition for Zambia to export high-value products. And 5, support Zambian businesses to supply goods and services for the mines. Let me take a moment just to reflect on that 5th pillar, as it's a really important part of our partnership. Fire extinguishers. For years, mining firms here in the Copperbelt have sending their fire extinguisher canisters all the way to Johannesburg, that's some 5,000 kilometre round trip, to get repaired and refilled. Up the road here in Chingola is a Zambian business called Status High Tech. I don't know if they're here today. With UK government financial and technical support to this company, mining firms that used to send their fire canisters to South Africa to get refilled can now do so right here in the Copperbelt. Not only is that good for mines, it's created 130 jobs for Zambians and ensures financing stays within the communities which host the mines. Another Zambian company we supported recently, called Alpha Tech, services engines for the mining sector. Same principle, same outcome, and another 150 jobs for Zambians. These are just 2 of the some 50 plus Zambian businesses in the mining sector supply chain alone, which UK aid and UK government programs have supported in recent times. And we need more companies like this so that the benefit of mining the sector to Zambians can truly be realised. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, latest UN data confirms that the UK is once again the largest foreign direct investor in Africa. No country's businesses invest more in this continent than British businesses. So it's no surprise to see sizable UK business contingent in the room here today, And my thanks also to AME Trade, a UK-based conference and events company, who together with the Ministry of Mines have helped to grow this international conference over the last decade to what we have here today. Responsible international investment, whether it's from the UK or elsewhere, can play a vital role in promoting economic and social development in Zambia and the region. This is how we support livelihoods and a stronger, greener, more resilient Zambian economy, one that creates jobs and opportunities for all. I am delighted that under the UK-Zambia Green Growth Compact, we have a pipeline of projects here in Zambia that by 2026, we hope will deliver £2.5 billion of UK private sector investment into Zambia's mining, minerals and renewable energy sectors, increase by £500 million the total value of UK government-backed investments and finance facilities in Zambia, support businesses to generate at least 1,000 megawatts of new renewable energy for Zambia, and mobilise $150 million of private investment into Zambian SMEs. Of course, such investments require an enabling environment, and I commend the initiative taken by the Zambian government to attract new investments into the country and the ongoing delivery of its reform programme, which is so vital in placing the country on a sustainable growth path and to attracting further capital and investment. And I welcome the commitment from the Zambian government and authorities that they will continue to work hard to pursue a transparent and reliable business and governance environment. This is so important for us all today. Ladies and gentlemen, the UK believes in distinctive modern partnerships built on respect, choice, mutual benefit, common interests, and listening to African countries' needs. It's been my honour and pleasure to deliver these marks for you today. Thank you.
Hi, Commissioner, before you sit, just 1 minute. If I say it without them hearing from you, they will refuse. It's always a pleasure to see you. The first time we met was in 2013. I went to watch Arsenal at the North, in North London at the Emirates, and we both sat in the VIP. That's how I knew him. Please just confirm.
Well, I'm actually an Aston Villa supporter, but I'm very glad to have received Arsenal's excellent former manager, Unai Emery, who is doing wonders for Aston Villa, and I hope will mean that we placed ahead of you this year. Thank you.
Actually, that game Arsenal was playing against Aston Villa. That's how we met. Thank you. The guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to call upon Ambassador Didier Sage Tepu Pilike Bapaga, DRC Ambassador to Zambia. A big hand.
Hello. Well, the MC has been spelling my name right all this while, but except that he's been missing the A from Tepu Pilika. But well done. Well, good morning all. As I first said, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear sponsors, representatives of international partners, distinguished guests, I would have loved to speak in French. Unfortunately, I wasn't too sure about my translator tonight, so I'd rather do it in English. My first words must be to thank the organizers of this conference for the invitation to address you at the 11th Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition
and to be with you. Among my many reasons for happily accepting your invitation is the fact that my country, the DRC, holds a special choice and place in international mining. And the two heads of state, His Excellency Mr. Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Chilombo, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and his counterpart, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, are taking concerted actions. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, holding this conference under the theme of investing in Zambia from mining to market, clean energy and sustainable development of the minerals of the future is a relevant topic and of strategic interest for achieving equitable partnerships for economic development. No doubt it presents challenges and opportunities, but we take them as stimulators. Zambia and the Democratic Republic of Congo are two countries that possess the largest deposit of a mineral that is not in hot, that is in hot demand, forgive me, because it is critical for the manufacture of batteries that fuels electric vehicles. Therefore, it concerns our two countries to leverage this mineral of the future for our economic transformation. To create an environment whereby such opportunities are fulfilled means we must nurture peace and stability above all. Peace can only be made possible when the types of partnerships we strike also places the people at the center of the decision making. Hence, my president motto, le peuple d'abord, which translates to the people first. We also need to rethink our governance of mineral resources in a global context. Global warming is here. It is here to stay. And we must adapt with this harsh reality. Ladies and gentlemen, sustainable development compels us to think differently on how we use our planet's resources. While this conference encourages us to accelerate industrialization of mining in our respective countries, our planet is also warning us to slow down. This is confirmed by many global reports. We have all witnessed droughts, floods, migration, instability, and civil conflict. This means we need a new approach to sustainable mining. The value chain has to be integrated and must be respectful of the need for the development of human resources supported by research, new infrastructures, and investment. However, experience suggests that adjustment is painful and takes time to work. Africa needs to exploit its mineral resources responsibly to achieve its economic development and create clean energy technologies. Faced with challenges, it is essential for Africa to strengthen its leadership in mining production to see the gain of the pain of adjustment. This is why my president insists on a win-win partnership. This kind of partnership must be created with a balanced economic and social policy. The public sector must allow competition in international and domestic fora to flourish without hindrance. At the same time, the public sector must remain involved in those areas where the private sector alone cannot be relied upon to create a strong value chain around minerals. we take this opportunity to congratulate the Congolese and Zambian heads of states for the cooperation agreement for the manufacture of batteries for electric cars, signed in April 2022 by the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Zambia. However, it is sad that this abundance of natural resources is still not benefited our country, largely due to issues of poor governance of previous governments and decades of insecurity savagely orchestrated in the eastern part of the country, namely the provinces of Ituri and that of North Kivu, with the M23 armed movement, which is acting under the proxy of Rwanda to plunder our natural resources. Honorable Ministers, recently, my president made a remark on the protection of biodiversity in the Congo Basin when he said, if one has a neighbor that is constantly stealing from you, then it is not surprising that rather than building bridges, it is perhaps better to build walls to protect his citizens instead. Ladies and gentlemen, together we see that Africa still faces many socio-economic challenges. Despite its enormous potential, we believe that as a result of this conference, the Republic of Zambia in particular, and in general, African countries, will intensify their efforts to stop exporting the mineral resources in the raw state without making a profit that will transform the structure of the economies. Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with these words that I would like to conclude by wishing every success to this important initiative. Thank you all.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before we have the keynote address from the guest of honor, I'd like to invite a representative of the Honorable Minister of Energy, Honorable Peter C. Kapala, who is being represented by Director of Planning in the Ministry of Energy, Mr. Mwape Chipala, to deliver some remarks on behalf of the Minister. Let's give him a big hand.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. I'll give this speech on behalf of Honorable Minister, Engineer Peter Kapala, who's the Minister of Energy. The Minister of Mines and Mineral Development, Mr. Paul Chanda Kabuswe, MP. The Minister of Information and Media, Honorable Colonel Smito, MP. The Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Development, P.S. Kabeta. Senior government officials that are present, the President of the Chamber of Mines, captains of industry, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to have the opportunity to address the distinguished gathering at this 11th Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference. It is a privilege to be here at this conference, whose focus, as we've heard, is investing in Zambia, mine to market, clean energy, and the sustainable development of future minerals. In line with the theme, the energy sector is on a progressive trajectory of green transition. Zambia, I think as already stated by the previous speakers, is characterized by political stability, an open and welcoming business environment, a huge commitment from government with regards to economic growth. And let me highlight a few aspects that would make Zambia an attractive destination for investment, particularly in the energy sector. Zambia has various energy resources, such as predominantly hydro, solar, wind, geothermal, uranium, biomass, and waste to energy. Currently, our electricity installed capacity is about 3,777 megawatts. And at peak demand, we are at around 2,600 megawatts. However, with this high potential, only 34% of Zambia's population has access to electricity. Despite the low electrification rates that I have mentioned, this presents an opportunity for investment in the sector, especially given the projected increase in demand, both from the agriculture sector as well as from the mining sector. I think you're well aware in terms of the mining sector, the aspirations, where we want to move from 800,000, and I think I heard the president say 1 million now, to about 3 million tons in the next decade. And the energy sector, as mentioned, is at 3,700 megawatts, and that means that we need to move to about 10,000 megawatts in the next 10 years. The mining sector remains one of the largest consumers of electricity as well as of petroleum products. In terms of electricity, the mining sector consumes over 50% of the electricity, and I'll repeat that. The mining sector remains the largest consumer when it comes to electricity, standing at 50% of the electricity production, as well as 35% in terms of petroleum products. Ladies and gentlemen, the energy sector has a policy and a regulatory framework that encourages investment and ensures that there is market openness, attractiveness, attractiveness. I think you're all aware that in the last 2.5 years, the energy sector has been going under vigorous reforms, both in the petroleum as well as in the electricity sector. Under electricity, there is an introduction of an open access regime, where now the electricity market is being characterized by competitiveness, more clarity and transparency in terms of governance. This obviously providing a clear pathway for the investor. The electricity market currently is structured in a willing buyer, willing seller, unlike before, where we had a single buyer model, where ZESCO was the off-taker of most of these projects. We have seen in the recent past over 300 feasibility studies that have been approved in various technologies. With publicly available guidelines now on how to invest, the sector has developed what we are calling the Zambia Power Development Framework, and a template with regards to access and grid connection, as well as connection standards, and also it is facilitating seamless infrastructure integration and transparency in terms of grid access and efficient technology regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zambian government through the Ministry of Energy is committed to facilitating and supporting investments in the energy sector. We view the private sector as a critical partner in achieving our energy goals and driving the economic growth based on the demand that will be coming from the mining sector. Our sector has the following opportunities. Under power generation, we have opportunities in geothermal, we have opportunities in biomass, we have opportunities in hydro power, we have opportunities in in solar power. The generation opportunities as well offer growth and will contribute again to the sustainable development energy goals that we have set. Under distribution, we have opportunities in the construction of distribution lines as well as interconnectors with our neighboring countries. As you are aware, the energy sector's aspiration is to become the hub of energy in the southern region, and we intend to connect to all the 8 neighboring countries that Zambia has. In this case, we intend to connect both electricity infrastructure as well as petroleum infrastructure. With regards to energy efficiencies, investors are welcome to join us in our commitment for sustainability by investing in energy efficient technologies, which will obviously help meet the rising needs and demands that come from the mining and industrial sectors. Under renewable energy and off-grid solutions, investing in renewable energy and energy projects, especially off-grid systems, aligns with our commitment to ensure universal access to electricity for all by the year 2030. This is particularly given to the low access rates that I just mentioned that are characterized where 90% currently do not have access to electricity. Lastly, Zambia stands ready to welcome you, the investors that are present at this conference, to the energy sector. The ministry is committed to building strong partnerships during this conference, and it is a testament by the presence of the team from government. I invite each one of you to explore the vast opportunities that Zambia's energy sector is going to offer. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the deliberations.
As we say in broadcasting, that was the Honorable Minister of Energy, Honorable Peter Kapala, in a speech read on his behalf by the Director of Planning. I've even given the journalists how to write that story. The guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to listen to the keynote speech by the guest of honor. I would like to invite the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, Dr. Hampenga Kabeta, who will in turn invite our guest of honor. A big hand.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The High Commissioner to Zambia from the UK, Mr. Nicholas Woolley. I will not make a mistake of pronouncing the name of the ambassador from Congo DR, the Honorable Minister of Information and Media, Honorable Cornelius Mwatwa. At this event, I do not wish to make any statements, but to play a role of a civil servant, and that is to invite the Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Mr. Paul Chandakabuswe, who will deliver a speech on behalf of the President. I hope he's not going to direct how journalists must write that report. But Honorable Minister, the floor is yours. The speech is.
Are we okay? We are still in the morning. Good morning. I want to recognize my colleague, my cabinet colleague, the Honorable Minister of Information and Media, who is the government chief spokesperson, Honorable Cornelius Mwetwa. If the government spokesperson is here, he cannot just sit and not say something to the people because he's the chief government spokesperson. So I'll call him to just say hello to you. And if he has a few words, a politician, so I'll call upon him to just say hello to us, and then I'll deliver my speech. Honorable Minister, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kawusu. And my task, I guess, was to say hello to the delegates, but really also to reaffirm to providing a predictable and attractive investment climate in Zambia. Thank you.
I surprised him. He wasn't expecting that he would speak. So I also wanted to make sure we break the ice because we've listened to so many speeches. So it was time to laugh a bit and have a bit of fun and also listen to our Honorable Minister. I've revenged because he did this to me in Southern Province. I wasn't expecting, and by that time even the boss was seated. So he called me unexpectedly. So I also wanted to have my I want to recognize my permanent secretary in the ministry, PS Kaveta. I also want to recognize the ambassadors that are here. So I'll generalize because there is a name that is difficult to, that will hit us. By the way, Ambassador Huli, I don't know how many platforms we've met on. You are so supportive to our programs. We are so grateful. You are all over the country, and we are so grateful. My colleague from DRC, I don't want to mention, but he's been supportive, even at personal level. Thank you very much for being a good neighbor to us. Except you ran away from me when I was in Kinshasa a month ago to do something similar like this. Actually, we were invited and Zambia was represented. I want to recognize all the ambassadors here, the captains of industry. I've seen the women in mining are here, the CEOs for companies. I've seen but Joseph Kauswe. But Joseph Kauswe, Balanda Dua brother, and Yao Mashnafia Palas is also the president for Bashmaini Avanon. Before I go in the speech of His Excellency the President, by the way, greetings from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I want to tag on a few points from various speakers. Dr. Bene, I told him that you are, what did I say to you? You talked about the fact that Zambia is enjoying a lot of large things. I think that was the theme. I called him the usual suspect, I've remembered, because we always meet everywhere. What this government wants now is not for Zambia to just boast of large what. What this government wants is the large things to reflect on the livelihoods of our people. To us, that is key. How do we make the largest nickel mine, the biggest investment by Lumwana, by First Quantum, to translate into better livelihoods for our people? That is key. So this government is very excited with the large,
By the way, please clap for us, because in the short time that we have been in office, Honorable Minister Information, there is 1.2 billion from First Quanta. There is $2 billion just recently announced by Rumwana. That is massive. We have a potential very big mine called Mingomba Mine in Chilagombwe. I've seen the CEO for Cobalt. That is, yeah, that is, these are the investments this country has attracted in a very short time. Just wait for the announcement on Mopani, the money that is coming. I think we've talked about KCM. These are huge figures that are coming in our country. So when you hear that Zambia is back, this is what we are talking about. Because just in 2 years of our coming into power, these are the huge investments that have happened in a very shortest possible time. So we are looking forward and we are so excited. And I want you, as Dr. Bene was saying, be ready to get on the bus. When the government was saying 3 million tons, people were thinking it's a joke. We've worked out the metrics at our ministry. These are some of the investments that are coming. Very soon we'll be announcing the mapping of the country. You've seen in the budget the allocation to the Ministry of Mines. As much as we are saying it's not enough, but a jump from 1 to 8, that is huge. That shows the intention of this government, that we want the mining sector now to take its rightful place. But key to that is transformation of our people's lives. So when my economist, that therefore I figures, therefore Charo Chile Kila. Sorry for the ambassador Huli. I'm saying we want the country to smell nice. I've grown up on a mine myself. I've seen the best of the days when the mining sector was transformative in terms of the lives of our people. And this is what we are looking forward to. I want also to tag on the Chamber of Kitwe District Chamber of, you call yourselves Kitwe and District Chamber of Mines. Which one Pangiregi? Why can't you just say Kitwe Chamber of Mines and what? Okay, so I want to, is our colleague, so I can jump with him. I also want to answer to you. If you have been following the policy pronouncements of this government, one of the things that we have said, we have to invest downstream. We have put policies in place that are answering to that. If you ask my PS today, I'm on him on the investment arm of government. Because apart from the downstream investment, which we are encouraging companies, we are tired of exporting soil. We want to invest downstream. And we have made it very clear by our partnership with the TRC, by our partnership with the British government, because we are not interested in Charles Sakanyasi or at Mopani to end up where he end at, you know, is it copper cathodes? We don't want just that. We want to go beyond. Wherever the copper goes, whatever they manufacture there, we want it done here in Zambia. Secondly, you know, mining the way it is. Sometimes mining is like a farmer making little on the maize, but the one who takes the maize and produces meal is richer than the one who produces the maize. So we also want to be part of those who produce meal in as far as copper is concerned. trade in it. So the trading arm of government is coming. So we are not just seated. This is a government that has said we want to maximize benefit from the mineral resource this country is endowed with, but being mindful that our economy is private sector driven. Meaning the environment must be such that Lumwana must invest $2 billion. Why are they investing all that kind of money or even First Quantum? It's because they know that the environment is conducive, their investment is safe, and Zambia is business friendly. So I hope that I've given you comfort, I've given Dr. Benny comfort that this is where we are going as a government, and we are very mindful of that aspect. Let me read now the speech of the boss. I thought I could react to that, probably maybe was not captured in the speech. So I am delighted to join you at this 11th edition of the Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition, ZIMEC 2023. And I wish to warmly welcome you all to this important event and extend my sincere gratitude to our foreign delegates for attending ZIMEC. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me first to congratulate the event organizers and fellow stakeholders for putting together yet another impressive edition of ZIMEC. We look forward to the continued growth of ZIMEC as it supports the development of our country's vibrant mining and energy sectors. This year's theme, Investing in Zambia, Mine to Market, Clean Energy, and the Sustainable Development of Future Minerals, acknowledges the importance of building our mining and energy sectors through the promotion and development of local value-added manufacturing that is competitively integrated into global value and supply chains. The theme also resonates well with the aspirations of government, which include the declaration of critical minerals as strategic to Zambia's socio-economic development, and the need to scale up geological mapping and mineral resource exploration in order to ramp up mineral resource production. This includes increasing copper production to 3 million metric tons by 2031 to strategically position the country to benefit from the global opportunities arising from the green energy transition, such as the manufacture of batteries and battery precursors. Ladies and gentlemen, the growing market for critical minerals and the subsequent intermediate and final products presents immense opportunities from which we can leverage from as a country to foster economic development. This context places a special responsibility on us as government, investors, miners, innovators, manufacturers, and broader private sector and other stakeholders to move away from business as usual approach to producing bold and ambitious actions that will place Zambia at the forefront of these positive developments. It is in this spirit that we have advanced the Zambia DRC battery manufacturing partnership with our dear neighbor and sister republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo. As you are aware, last year, the Republic of Zambia and the DRC, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and the African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank, signed a cooperation framework agreement to establish special economic zones for the production of battery precursors. Batteries, electric vehicles, and related services in the DRC and Zambia The project is expected to deploy well-established and proven EV technology that will enable our two countries beneficiate mineral resources at large scale. It will accelerate the manufacture of value-added products, thus enable us to capture more value in country, resulting in increased demand for various skills such as engineers with technical expertise. This will provide a significant boost to local employment. You heard the figures from the Chamber of Mines that Zambia needs in future about 150,000. Am I right, Dr. Ben? 150,000 skills. That is huge. So, and that is why you've seen His Excellency the President introduce free education. To support that also, part of the CDF component is to do bursaries for skills. In Zambia today, for you to find an artisan or a technician has become a challenge because that component became dry. We stopped sending people to school. I hope that mining companies can begin to revive what used to happen in the ZCCM days, where we had manpower development colleges, developing artisans, developing technicians, craftsmen, because this cadre of people is actually lacking in Zambia today. To find a plumber, a good plumber today, is a huge challenge. So I think that we have to prepare for this huge demand. Otherwise, we are going to find an influx of technicians and craftsmen coming from other countries. Then we'll cry foul, yet we cannot fulfill the demand of that cadre of workmen. Ladies and gentlemen, the mining sector is the fulcrum of our government's commitment to reviving the economy as we continue to pursue the bold vision of a new dawn for the sector. We are determined to deliver our country's mineral resource potential through a harmonized, all-inclusive approach that optimally saves all stakeholders, Zambians and investors together, premised on the tenets of resilience and sustainability. We will foster industrial development, create employment, and grow national fiscal inflows for the equitable benefit of all. As a leading player in the copper mining industry, we are striving to grow mineral output through the opening of new mines and expanding existing ones to meet the current as well as projected future demand. In this effort, I wish to rally all of you and emphasize our steadfast ongoing commitment to meeting this ambitious yet achievable goal of raising annual copper production levels to 3 million metric tons by 2031. To achieve and sustain such levels of production requires reliable energy infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, as the economy expands and recovers, energy demand will continue to grow, particularly in the extractive sector, industrial production, and the services sector, bearing testament to the inextricable link to every other social and economic sector, and indeed our country's overall development. It is for this reason that government will not falter in its determination to develop the energy sector so that Zambians can get guaranteed universal access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy. We also endeavor to become a net exporter of energy in Central and Southern Africa. Earlier this year, ladies and gentlemen, we commissioned the Kafue Gold Lower Hydropower Station and the Riverside Solar Power Plant. This is a sign that we are on our way to build a robust and diversified energy mix. We applaud both public and private sector players who are heeding to our call for investment and taking advantage of the progressive policy environment to pursue even more projects going forward. With the climate change-induced extreme weather phenomena such as El Nino, which tends to bring hotter, drier weather to parts of Southern Africa and threatens to curb output from our hydropower plants, it is imperative that we see through forward-looking initiatives such as the landmark $2 billion renewable energy investment we have with the United Arab Emirates. We appreciate and welcome the support of citizens and cooperating partners as we continue to strengthen mining and energy infrastructure. Government will continue to eliminate impediments to investment while strengthening the pull factors for the same. To this effect, government is building a demonstrable track record by practically proving that we are indeed open for business. The investor community is acknowledging that we have made firm progress in creating an attractive and competitive investment climate built on transparency, consistency, predictability, and fairness, while being steadfast against corruption in all of its forms. The United Kingdom's offer of support to facilitate more than $3 billion in investments in the mining and energy sector is just one notable example of this growing confidence. Investors in Zambia have continued to enjoy the assurance of the rule of law, guaranteeing security of tenure and investments. We are enhancing the enforcement against illegal mining, environmental degradation, and smuggling while paving the way for a progressive artisanal and small-scale sector that can meaningfully contribute to society and the economy in every sense. To further support this progression, we introduced a presumptive tax for artisanal and small-scale miners based on a gross turnover. We have also reformed the mineral royalty regime to achieve a more effective scale with deductibility when determining the taxable income of mining companies. Additionally, we reduced the poverty transfer tax, we reduced the property transfer tax from 10% to 7.5% on exploration rights to encourage more mineral exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, Zambia continues to work with countries in the region to develop the critical infrastructure needed to support our mining sector, and our recent commitment to the Lobito Corridor initiative with Angola and the DRC will go a long way in enhancing market access and trade when it reaches fruition. In the same vein, we continue to prioritize the extension and security of the Tanzania-Zambia Mafuta oil pipeline as a key cost-effective conduit for petroleum products for the country. The pipeline was recently converted to transport refined diesel after operating for decades, transporting commingled petroleum products. Our two nations also intend to increase the pipeline's capacity to transport additional petroleum products. Furthermore, we are exploring the development of a natural gas pipeline. Our shared commitment, ladies and gentlemen, and collective contribution to Zambia helps to create decent jobs and infuse new impetus in economic activity, further reinforcing and demonstrating our dedication to improving the business operating environment as we deliver practical benefits to our citizens through engagements and partnerships. Above all, government will endeavor to uphold the country's status as a peaceful and stable investment destination. Ladies and gentlemen, I call upon all of our stakeholders to adequately apply ourselves to the task of building a prosperous future for this country, and invite you to invest in the abundance of opportunities in Zambia's mining and energy sectors, as well as other sectors of the economy. As I conclude, I wish to express my sincere gratitude for the invitation to grace this event and declare the 11th Zambia International Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition officially open. To our foreign delegates, once again, government and the people of Zambia warmly welcome you. I wish you a most fruitful conference and exhibition. It is now my honor and privilege to declare the ZIMEC 2023 officially opened. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. At this juncture, the guest of honor and his entourage will proceed for a group picture and official tour of the exhibition. And that will be followed by a networking coffee break sponsored by Stanbic Bank. The networking coffee break will take place in the expo area, that is the NAPSA hall. So at this point, I'd like to invite the guest of honor and his entourage to proceed for a group picture and official tour of the exhibition. Mr. Guest of honor, sir. So after the networking coffee break, we'll come back here for the first group discussion before we proceed for lunch. So see you in 30 minutes time. We'll be back here in 30 minutes time. See you. Thank you.